Hey everyone, my name is Yuri and this is the fifth episode of my series where I'm rebuilding my website from Webflow to Webstudio. Before we dive in, let me show you a quick layout of how I plan to structure the blocks. The main tab container is marked in red. Inside there are two blocks, left and right, marked blue. The left block will contain a heading and a paragraph. And the right block will have three links. First, second and third. That's all. Now let's jump into the editor. I remove the default paragraph and start adding blocks. First I create the tab and add two inner blocks, left and right. The left block will hold the heading and paragraph, while the right one will contain only links. Each link consists of an image and text. I immediately assign classes since I'll be reusing this element 3 times. Public link for the entire link, public image for the image, and public link text for the text. Once the classes are in place, I duplicate the link 3 times to match the design. Now I copy the heading, paragraph, and move everything to the new layout. Now let's start applying the base styles. The main container gets a height of 100 VH minus 6 rem and adding horizontal flex layout. The left column uses vertical flex with space between to push the heading and paragraph apart, and right column also gets flex but with the wrap enabled and ensuring all elements align to the top. Right here from start. Next, add a background color to the container tab. Apply some border radius. Add a padding using shift so it applies evenly on all sides. Margin top and remove default margins on the heading. Following my design, I adjust the font weight since it's not as bold as here. Now I select the entire tab and set its text color to white. For the links, I applied inherit so they automatically take the parent's color and removing underlines. This step is probably the simplest one in terms of the design. Should be quick to set up. I change the heading from H1 to H2 and limit its width to 16 characters, ensuring it wraps neatly. Next I add in images. I remove unnecessary default parameters to avoid sizing issues. Add in margin. The parent blocks is set to flex with the gap between links. I added second and third images. Instead of using combo classes, I simply adjust the width in local styles for the second and third images. 50% border radius for the third images. Next I have refined the link text. I highlight the URL as a span element, a way to apply styles to part of the text. I make it slightly bolder. moving to the second link, and before this I go back to the first element and convert local style to a public link subtext and apply this class to the other span elements on the second and third link. Make it as a span and add in a class. I slightly reduce the text size and increase spacing to give the design more breathing room. For the third link, the image is circular and making the left padding look too big, so I reduce it. Looking good so far, but the right side seems too close to the center, I think. Let me check. Yeah, too close to the center. That's because I forgot to set space between in the container. Yeah, fixed. Now everything aligns properly. So I think it's time to add a hover effect for the images. Select the link, go to Advanced Settings and set var image zoom to 100%. Then for the hover, I set it to 104% for a slight zoom effect. Then I select the image, go to Transforms and set the scale using the var images. Webstudio suggests the variable automatically, super convenient. Finally, add a 300 milliseconds transition for a smooth effect to the scale property. Now the image zooms smoothly when hovering over the link. So everything looks great for now. See you in the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment and like the video. Bye bye.